the former child soldier peace study. So one of the volunteers recommended me there, and when I spoke, left it there, and my ideas was that in a country that will be receiving refugee, to also make sure check among the refugee, do a research, and put the refugee. In that refugee, you'll find national army who are escaped from the war. You'll find rebel who are escaped from the war. You'll find child soldier who are escaped from the war. Among those people, and let general program be referred to them. So besides that will be giving our country a hosting refugee a stronger security, because we look at Freetown today, Freetown hosted refugee and walking from there. We look at Guinea today, Guinea hosted refugee walking from. Look at Ivory Coast, hosted refugee and walking from them, because those factors were not put in place. So General Remo Delan, he talked to me, and we spent like 8 days together at Provincial International School. So it started to give her the confidence that we could turn our negative to positive, to help the generation, or to help international people, or to help international peace building institution. And we started to visit the student of Legon, sharing our stories, and see how they too would help to tackle some of the problems, and that's how we were able to overcome all of our challenges, and we rebuild our life. We receive total rehabilitation and reintegration and acceptance in the community. I have a fiance now. I had a room now, and we have a public debate. I personally designed a public debate where in what a former child soldier should be haunted, because we were also haunted at the camp, where in some of our friends died. When we met in the morning, we just see this body in the golf or see it on the road car walking on it, and we know that the person was a child soldier. But then we know some of the things that they did to people, and we know people they did to their family or living in the camp. So we were haunted. So I put on a debate, and we were explaining, because people felt that we went to go and hold on. No, there is no child soldier that will willingly or that were willing to say, yeah, I'm going to take God and fire. It was an environment and the torture those kids went through. Some of those kids' parents got killed in front of them like me. And some of those kids, the parents left them with all food and other things. And the only people that would take care of it was those guys that were in arm, just to misuse it. And besides, politicians know that we're using. The politician knows to use a kid in armed conflict is a perfect solution of them gaining victory, because the kids who are the best, the understanding for humanity, so they use those kids so they can win the war. So we were like based off of the capable that they were using us. So you see, so we got rehabilitated and moved to Liberia in 2008.
2008, 5 years after.
Yeah, 2005.
You came to Liberia with the organization.
Yeah, with the organization.
And you had an establishment.
With 450 men in Keja, with Keja airline. It was the airline were paid for our travel, were paid for by our organization called MBB, Mediators Beyond Border.
Mediators Beyond Border.
Beyond Border. They how do you call it, pay the fare of every one of us, and we came a 2 times, and we came with mentor Steve, manager back then. He was enrolled in with us because they emailed to employ every one of us, and when we came, all of our boys got employment, but we as a founder and executive, I said no to my team that we have more problem yet to face, and we have more talk to express to deal our why they feel, you understand. So these are some things.
And so since you came back, IDEFOCS have been working specifically with which group of people?
Yeah, IDEFOCS, since we came back, previously we were able to work with only former child soldier and drug user. But when we came back to Liberia, we saw the need that all these guys they are getting bigger. They are getting bigger. So the best thing we should be doing is to all. I mean, these guys they are getting bigger and they are having kids. So the best thing we should add their kids into our program because their kids also face the same problem. So we are there to create a safe and an healthy environment for former child soldiers to enjoy use of within the community. And our focus is the restoration of peace and security. So we need to prevent or reoccurrence of war or any occurrence of violence because if we leave these kids up, the problem that is going to come is that these kids will not grow on a right way because people continue to refer them to their parents. So these kids will also grow and even do more than what their parents are doing. So that's how we brought the kids on board. So we started working with other rehab center, collaborating with them and identifying our goals to go to the rehab center and we build our own rehab center. Today, up to date, we have rehabilitated 7,000 plus young people who are associated with our interest in crime. And personally, we are providing free education for those kids whose parents are former child soldiers enjoy usual right in Canada.
Okay, that's a good one. And we are so much more concerned as you've been raising the red flag. And we thought to stop by this afternoon. This issue of the recent project launched by the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Youth and Sports to raise a little over 13.9 million United States dollars to be used for the rehabilitation of these disadvantaged, quote unquote, we call them Zogos in Liberia. I don't love that name. I love to call them less privileged or disadvantaged young Liberians. And that project is currently underway. Funds are being collected so as to show the effectuation of said project. And you've been raising the red flag. What do you make of the government's own stand now when it comes to this entire 13.9 million US dollars that they are soliciting to raise to have a rehab center built, totally functional to take our brothers and sisters from the street?
Yes, I give government a plot uh, uh, by even thinking about that, and that's something they should have done long time. Even past government should have that, but because they failed it in the arrow, so they could not venture in that. But this government is we believe that this government, or we used to believe that this government is a perfect replacement of good governance, and we expected them because some time ago, let's say almost like two years now, we have been advocating online to the U.S. Embassy, the other international agency, along with youth against drugs, led by how they call it, they call it, but Lawrence Dega, and we have been pushing it how the drug bill can be signed for drugs not to be available because in our country, one of the issues that we see that are increasing, increasing violence and crime, and all set of bad habit in our country is because trust is kind of how do you call it available. So once you find people using trust, they just kind of free people sell trust anywhere in our country, and right now seeing government coming out to say they are going to sign a bill and raise money to build rehabilitation center and make us happy, but they should also look at key factors. They should go back on the drawing board. What were the costs that the TDRR failed? So they can design their own program. But I think one of the costs that the DDRR failed is because the DDRR did not look at gender basic, and the DDRR did not look at the strong emphasis that international community made on the rehabilitation and reintegration of child soldiers. And there are so many factors, and you understand. So today, let them go back on the board, on the drawing board, and design their own implementation strategy. And we said that other global organizations like us, we are here to help government design those strategies and so that they can be effective. And besides, they should also look at sustainability of the project. These are things they should take in consideration before even building rehab center and everything. They should also look at security, because when they build a son, this is our fear. When they build a son and we don't have stronger security, these guys gonna gather themselves as a team and maybe fight against government, because they need the judge. Because the judge, if the judge is going on you, you turn very, very, very violent, because you need the judge to be into the system. So with all this things, they should look at it, because if they just pass a bill, no judge come to the country and they try to do the rehabilitation, it will be for nothing. That money will also go into the breeze again, because security should be the factor. I mean, the main component of the strategy.
A couple of I'm not cutting you off. A couple of weeks ago, I spoke with the communications director at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. He also confirmed that they have shortages when it comes to manpower, and so I think that is one of the issues that you are stressing. But do you see it as a misstep? Should the government put in place these mechanisms before having a fundraising rally or before constructing a rehab center? Do you see it as a misstep, or is the government on path?
Yeah, it's a major factors that government need to put in place
before moving forward.
Before even announcing that those things should have been done in-house, because security is one of the things that fight against drugs. But these guys, I don't see them today. They don't have arms. You understand? But tomorrow they will have arms. When they cannot get the drugs and people that sell the drugs, drugs and arms moves together. You understand? So these are things they should look at. Make this reinforce the security. Give them tools that they can work with, because immediately when the security catches you in the ghetto as a user or as a dealer, they have place to put you. The user go immediately on the rehab center. You understand? And the dealer go for investigation. When he found guilty, he be have the punishment that will be precise. He had to be placed upon him or upon her. So these are the things government should put in place before. But in the asset of that, and they sign the judge bill, and they judge not to be intermediate, these guys will take and gather themselves in so many communities, and even in rural community. Go right at St. John, going to as the interest way there, all the way beyond Bashigata, you just go there, all of the gold can. Go see those guys have their own arm. I mean, they have their own city within the bush, not even near the gold can, and they terrorizing those gold can, because they are the digger of the gold. So these guys, and they need the material, they need the sustenance, because they are used to it, so they can do anything. So tell me now, if the sustenance cannot reach to them again, and the sustenance, maybe the price may go up, because government cannot take away job from the country. We can only minimize it, because it have entered the system. So security should be first. The next thing government should do, design a best strategy and make the strategy sustainable. And how can government make the strategy sustainable? It's very easy. Government need to select areas that okay. For an example, government should make all our brothers who are using drugs to learn how to do agriculture. The first, every camp, agriculture should be the bare right of that camp. Next thing, we have selected a vocational skill that those guys will do. After the vocational skills, this is what government need to do. Put them into how do you call it, a cooperative through the employment scheme of government. You understand? Where they too will pay tax. Where they too will pay tax to the country. For an example, the government want to train 8 of us into soap making. Government should not leave us. We cannot find job for ourselves. Government only need to employ us into civil servant. Pre-material, we make the soap. Government warehouse sell the soap to the public. That's the sustainable power. The government will train 1,000 capitals. Those 1,000 capital should be able to be working in government or wood shop on a civil servant. they be employed on a civil servant.
And producing material.
And producing the material, and government can use it, government school use it, and let government reduce the importation of furniture. And we made the furniture, and the only thing those guys, they will need a training and those material. Once you got it, they are employed, my man, crime will be reduced. Train them and employ the government should not let them go let the DRR. Crime will reduce because these guys from their straight, even if some of them they will go back in professionally. They will not be going by the sea when they wear jacket, putting them, or they will not go back because they're feeding demands and they can find it, they can buy it. But we pray God that the system that will put in place will also make jobs to be hard to see in our country.
But you talk about all of these strategies, and as an institution that have been doing rehabilitation, what is your own strategy that you've been using to have these folks rehabilitated and to some extent reintegrated in their separate communities?
Yeah, this is why we have not been using our full strategy, but we have been using the SDRR.
SDRR.
Yeah, the S stand for survey, where we have 42 questions, 7 pages, where those questions allow us to know anybody that we interview, whether they had gone before, whether they were small, or how old were they when they had gone, whether their parents are alive, or this that who know you take your whole complete data, whether you are a former child soldier or just a mere drug user, this that we know everything, because the reason why we are doing that is to know you. So we have different program for you, or different trauma counseling program for you. Like those who are former child soldier, we recommend PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder counseling for them. And you understand? So with different programs, we also recommend agriculture therapies to them. That is why it is good that government should prioritize agriculture in all of the counties, in every county, because we are going to use those food to sell, to be sold in government warehouse. And you understand? So we have been using that. And after we identify,
that's the first step, the survey.
Yeah, survey. So for the survey, we'll come to the D, which we provide detraumatization program for you. Or you just need a PTSD counseling, or social cycle counseling, or spiritual counseling, career counseling, and we'll give you agriculture therapists, because once the person is responding to your counseling and he or she get involved with just a small garden, the garden will grow better. But once they are not responding, you see, they will not be able to take care of that garden, because taking care of that garden is something that is growing like a human being. You understand? So you see the difference from his friend or others. So you recommend another session for him again. So that's how we had to go. Then from there, we had to go. We gave you rehabilitation. We have to do with skills developments and other things. Then you understand. So you select your skill, but we make agriculture or the bear right. Everybody will do agriculture.
It's a code. It's a code requirement.
Yes,
a code field of study.
Yes.
Once you are on the rehab.
Once you are on the rehab, because we want to make the rehab sustainable. So, our intern or donor party, we can produce our own food until we look for new donor or food that can yet come in and give our hand up. But we'll always have food for our camp. We'll be selling some, we'll be eating some. So we make agriculture a bear run for our camp.
So you have defined the first S for survey,
detraumatization,
the first R is for rehabilitation, and the last one is what?
The last one is reintegration.
SDRR, right?
The last one is reintegration. But in the reintegration of it, we provide, we place you into another strategy, and our ending strategy called the post reintegration investment, where the PRR employ you. Once you come from the rehab center, the PRR going to employ you.
Post reintegration investment.
So the post reintegration investment employ you, which for an example, as I said, if we were to treat 10 capital, we'll place you into a wood shop with all the material. Then you produce the wood, we sell it to school, to homes, and to other institutions, organizations, you understand, and bring the money back into the shop, pay you and take the profit put it back into the rehab center.
But all of these nice strategy you've designed, you've constructed a rehab center already. A full building, as you showed me earlier on, has been constructed for over 7 years now. But it is up to current, as you informed me, there is no one there currently, right?
No.
And what have been the challenges? Have you been able to reach out to government officials with these brilliant ideas so as to help you ensure that our young brothers and sisters leave the street?
Yeah. There's so many times when I went to Sweden and spent 1 year to do my social entrepreneurs studies, I came back abroad an organization called Action 10. They are the one I'm partnering with that project. But the main reason that right now the project slowed down is because they needed our government to show concern because they believe that giving up huge money should also pass through government, but it should see government own impact, involvement into what we have brought to Liberia. So you see, we have been like for the past government president, former president, Senate government, we wrote 12 letters to her concerning our project, and today we never got response from one. For this government, before our president became president, we spoke about it to Thomas Father House, to Honorable Thomas Father House. We spoke about this project, and the president had been having a series of meetings along with her, and before even the coalition could come together, because they call all of the MP, because I'm a member of MPP. I'm a member of MPP by breath.
Like you understand? Yeah, he said by breath.
Yeah, by breath. So I'm a member of MPP. So
because you were a child, so you're the founder of the political party. Yeah. You fought along.
Yeah, so you see, we brought the political party up. Maybe I may have done that innocently, but by breath, I'm an MPP. But I still have the right to vote for any political party.
Obviously.
But yeah, and you understand. So this is what happened. During the coalition at 72nd, we were called to Thomas Father House, in the president at 72nd to the party headquarters. We were called and we expect all of these things to Honorable Father, and they had document coming down to Buchanan to our own country where we have the rehab center. We have been I have visited Western Feeding and emails all of our progress and our impact we made in Ghana. And even the rehabilitation of construction photos report, we send it to him. I have sent all those signals to him, no response today. We met face to face at his office on the bypass, and he told me, you're going to assign someone, you assign that person. I communicated with that person. I got tired, no response. I have visited General Kapi at his house because I was friendly with his daughter Yeni. So Yeni made that connection, and I visited him and spoke to him. He even watched my presentation that I did in Colorado. And I received a standing ovation, explaining about our part and the solution. And our solution in SDR have allowed us to win Peace Award in London, which I received the Peace Award in London in 2011, the AFIA International Peace Award. We happen to be the African International Achiever Award for promoting community peace and security. So the strategy have allowed us to gain international credence or opportunity. But our people, when we show them this strategy, they don't listen to us. They will only listen and say and promise I will come. Okay, then the honorable Nyombi Kanka. That so many times we are sure of facts, and we brought down international journalists to interview concerning the issues, and she took side with us. The President Subutin and Janji Vaber, we interviewed him concerning the issue, and we gave him documents. But once you leave those guy office, they don't help. They don't do anything, because a small idea can turn into a big idea when when people are interested into it. Everything starts from little before it turns big. But once this guy, they only care about themselves. Only care about themselves. So for some of us, we are looking at them saying they come to sign the judge bill to do the other one. We are looking at them. There are so many factors they need to get involved with, and we are also thinking whether it's because they want to go for the second round. That is why they
are you saying that this entire fundraising scheme is like a political stuff because the government is seeking re-election? Is that what you are saying?
That's how we look at it. We are from the ghetto. We having series of meetings concerning that. We're having serious meeting concerning that. Whether even alongside with BBC, we told BBC that when BBC were in Buchanan some 20 days ago, along with all at my office here and many ghettos in Buchanan here. We told BBC our fear and whether they are not coming to make the situation worse. Because these guys, they are not about eating money. They themselves said in a few days that they see the money and they do it here. They have to spend everything, but enough for all for the children and the generation. So we are hoping that they raise that money. And they use it for the right purpose. It will help Liberia, help the generation. It will take off from poverty. $84 million went in the first rehabilitation program, the DDR. Today, just enter the school. They enter all the churches. All they were just in the school besides marijuana, because marijuana can smell. But the body children, they sending tablet, they sending cookies, marijuana tablet cookies. They send it milk candy. You just name it, even a tablet. And those children have taken on campus and just said, other good children. Reason being, the DDR did not recognize that these guys need to be separated, rehabilitated, or separately educated. But they allow those guys who fought for 6 months or 1 year, 10 years. He tells the man, say, which school you want to go any school? Then he send a man to Katio. The man who go Katio is saying that, what a man going to be there? Going to be so young people there who are refined from their home. But he's going to influence them because every young man want to know, and peer pressure is a hard issue in our country here.
Okay, just before I leave you, Maurice Matadi, I'm so much more concerned about some of the workings of IDEFOCS since IDEFOCS came to Liberia in 2008, as trying to be corrected. But as much as possible, what have been some of your projects and how are the projects running? You talk about the rehab project, and you are saying that it has been constructed, but you do not have materials and other logistical support to ensure that our young brothers and sisters are taken there for rehabilitation. You talk about the school project for these at-risk youth kids, because mind you, I think we did a tour before, and some of those folks are born in children in the ghettos, and so those kids are growing up in the society, and you've arranged a separate program for them. How are you making this to become successful, owing to the fact that it is practically a free institution of learning for these kids?
Yeah, we have been running a lot of programs, and we have been representing Liberia all around the place. We represented Liberia in 25 at the Tackling Poverty Together that brought into existence the Millennium Development Goal, MDG. And we keep second in answering our Tackling Poverty Together. We use our knowledge. We are former child soldiers, made Liberia to turn Liberia into a hippie country that they too needed the funding that international community was ready to give to other hippie countries. Liberia was not selected as a country to go at the Tackling Poverty Together, but we were recommended by a UNDP PhD officer who recognized a clause into the application. If you are a different national that have a program in a selected country, you can apply. So the Tackling Poverty identified 27 countries to go for the research, young organization. So we apply. But due to our knowledge of answering, coming second in answering our Tackling Poverty Together, We were qualified, and we traveled here and there to South Africa, Kampala, and we received our certificate from Kofi Annan in Lusaka. So all this research we did, we drew the 8 Millennium Development Goal. Our knowledge is part of that, and we helped Ghana to launch it. Okay, after that, when government established the project, decided to affect us. They wrote the Liberian government saying one of a team in Liberia, IDEFOCS. But you know the name have been the name when Liberian people hear about former child soldier, they think that nothing is in you. But they don't know that for us, we are the history of this country, and we are money-making instrument of the country. If only government have a refined institutions, because people continue to come and take away information from us. But they should be coming through government to take information from us. We could be part of the tourism activities, because we are the one for the world. Tomorrow we won't be around. But those history can prevent, the country from recurrence.
So let's go back to the question asked: how are you managing to run this school and it's practically free?
Yes. After we realized we needed to add those kids into our program, we started with 7 students right in the office here as ASP. So we started to teach them.
What's the meaning of the ASP?
The after school program.
Okay, that's excellent.
So we have kids that were not going to school. We also have kids that were going to school. So we're doing both study class and providing primary education free as a study class. It grew in a shorter and possible time to 85 kids, and from there we decided to ask people on the internet to help us, because our entire operation, including IDEFOCS, we raise funds online on this is a GoFundMe or Indiegogo, where we put our little project and how we've been running our program. And we have other friends that also been helping us. So we had two friends that were helping us for the study class, providing stationery. We do not want to establish a school, and that's how we established the school called Rado Foundation Education School System. Today, Rado Foundation provide basic free education, free primary and secondary education for kids whose parents are former child soldier and drug user. We got 80 kids right now. It's kind of completely free, because our teachers' pay comes from abroad. People, our friends and other people, as I said, we raise money and they help us to raise money on their own platform, like organization. We have an organization called Helping Hub for Children. They are from Houston, Texas. And this guy having to be, this 72 years old man having to be a ex-military person, Air Force, U.S. Marine that fought in Ghana. So reading my story on the internet and my profile on Facebook and other media platform, he contacted me and he said he wanted to work with me. So he and another organization from the UK called Rado Connects, and she happened to be a young lady who also was connected to me by my mentor from Sweden, Esther. When I was in Sweden, I had my mentor called Esther. So she connected us, and they are doing well. They are the one paying the teachers, and we are not taking 1 cent or no money from the kids. We provide books, we provide uniform, and we provide test and copyboard. And even we are planning to provide medication interns that when they are ill, we refer them to our final clinic that we're trying to establish, and they treat them. So we want to create this space so that these kids can be important to their grandparents or to the family member that they live with. Because
with the support you have already, are you seeking additional support? Talking about having private clinic,
yes.
So that you can
I need additional support. It's not private clinic that will be owned by us, but it will be private clinic that will have partnership with.
Like insurance or something like that?
Yeah. We'll have partnership. So whenever they are ill, we just take them and take them to the clinic and they treat them while the money is already at the clinic. And the only thing while our children get ill, we take them there. Now this kind of opportunity we want to give to our kids. You understand? So that's how we've been working. We don't have a permanent partner, but we have been working raising funds online and raising funds from friends, raising funds from strangers that will meet online and join us to work together.
We have such a project in Grand Bassa County. Have you also confronted the county leadership? Probably they could allot something for your operation.
Yeah, the county leadership, they know about us. We have been talking to all of the member of the Bassa Caucus, and we even talk about them placing us into the county budget. But it's kind of very hard because the corruption in our country is high, and even we steal from ourselves because things are supposed to make our country to be better or to be found. Resources, we can mismanage all the resources and we remain the same.
So you find that a challenge?
Yeah, it's a very big challenge to even get money from the county authority. But personally, in this movement, I would like to applaud a very important person. And on the interview called T.Y. Bidel. T.Y. Bidel have been there. Besides T.Y. Bidel, he has been
former PNC chair of Bassa.
Yeah, former PNC chair of Bassa. T.Y. Bidel is one of the philanthropists in Liberia that have been helping IDEFOCS precisely. Anytime we have a challenge, financial challenge or moral challenge, you always there with us. Just a few days upon our graduation, we had guests here, we had the BBC guests here. We asked so many people to come and be a guest speaker. They refused. And T.Y. Bidel, once we put it before him, it was late. Our invitation went late when he said, I'm coming. And when he came, he did not just speak to the people. He never just spoke to them and how you call it and leave the scene. But he went and donated 25,000 Liberian dollars on stage, which we were able to give some of those money to the parents of the kids, the grandparents of the kids. And besides, we were able to buy a gift and give it to the young graduate that were graduating from K2 to the first grade. And the BBC ladies also brought some other gift too. We know what to get as our own, or we give it to other students that make great pass.
Who's that media person from the BBC that you are talking about?
Oh, she called Jasmine Jaswell.
Okay. Yeah. A very old media practitioner for that. So, as I said earlier, I'm so much more concerned about your past. Just before we leave, within 2 minutes, can you forgive your actions? Though you say you fought innocently, can you forgive your actions?
Yes, I can forgive myself. I have learned how to forgive myself and forgive people that turn me into a child soldier. And I also have allowed people to forgive me because of my action towards humanity now.
Okay, it has been good, Maurice Matadi. Is there anything else you care to speak about quickly before we take leave of you?
Yes, I just want those that will be watching this video, if you are seeing this video, we need your help, we need your assistance. Check online, Maurice Matadi, M-A-T-A-D-I, on Google, on any social media platform. You will learn more about us. But precisely, go to Google, M-A-T-A-D-I. You'll find more projects that we are implemented in Liberia, in Ghana, and in America. You also go to YouTube. We have our channel, Maurice Matadi. You will find all of the videos of our project that we have been implementing. You can go and help us in any way, contact us in any way. Thank you.
Okay, that's the voice of Maurice Matadi, CEO and founder of IDEFOCS, that stands for Initiative for the Development of Former Child Soldiers. My name is Tar Yubi Kandet, and Let me say many thanks to James Jessin, who sat at control from studios in Pennsylvania, USA, for doing fervently well to ensure that this broadcast was telecast live across the world. On behalf of the entire team, my name is Tara Yubi Garnett, bidding you a wonderful rest of the afternoon from Buchanan City, Republic of Liberia.